Hey there, Perfect Tutor here. So this video we're going to look at civil society and media and governance part B. Now, what are the subtopics that we're going to look at? We have the subtopics that we left in part A, where we have roles of civil society in governance, establishment of civil society organizations, and obstacles to female participation in governance. Okay, so we start with the roles of civil society in governance. 1. Defend the ideals of good governance or democracy by checking the growth of what undemocratic tendencies in the policies of the government. They try to check, thereby they're defending the ideals of democracy or good governance. 2. Carry out civic education activities and promote public awareness. For example, we've got issues which affects the society such as HIV and AIDS, human rights abuses, and poverty. So civil society organizations make it their own business to sensitize the people about those issues. For example, how can the citizens protect themselves against HIV and AIDS? How can we stop human rights abuse, child labor, and all those things? So that's the role of the civil society organizations. 3. Influence public opinion. They influence public opinion. So the civil society organizations use the strategy of advocates to influence the public opinion in favor of specific objectives. For instance, they draw the attention of government and the general public to the plight of the marginalized and disadvantaged people in society. They make sure that whatever the government plans will be influenced and should be implemented. Those are the civil society organizations. 4. Debate bills and influence amendments or decisions of the legislature. Legislature is the lawmaking body. So if it makes a decision, the civil society organization will come in. It's either they will be against or they will be in support of the law. For example, Bill 10. There came issues of Bill 10. So their civil society organizations can come in and cause the amendments to the constitution. It's either they can accept or they can reject the bill. So that is debate bills and influence amendments or decisions of the legislature. 5. Act as agents of democracy. They act as agents of democracy. For example, by advocating constitutional reform, gender equality, and free and fair elections. Because they say, in good governance, there is free and fair elections. So they will make sure that that is implemented, it is portrayed in governance. Hence, they are promoting what? Good governance. Promote accountability and transparency. Accountability, they make it sure that the government is answerable to the people. Transparency makes it sure that the operations of the government are opaque, are free from biasness. They are transparent. They are known by every citizen. 7. Defend and promote human rights and the rule of law. They defend and promote human rights and the rule of law. Rule of law means no one is above the law. So the civil society organizations make it sure that even if it's the president with a crime, must be dealt with by the law of Zambia. Hence, promoting and defending human rights and the rule of law. Those are some of the roles of civil society organizations in government. Research more. This is a video, so we cannot be beating by the bush, but we just go straight to our important points. Okay, so we now go to establishment of civil society organizations. What are we talking about? We are saying the civil society organizations cannot be established and operate effectively in the country unless certain requirements are available. So these are the things which are necessary or which must exist in a certain government for the civil society organizations to operate freely. 1. Favorable laws which permit and respect the freedom of association and expression. We must have those laws in the constitution. So in our concern, there is freedom of association, freedom of expression, so the civil society organizations can be formed and operate freely. 2. A government which respects and accepts the views of the opponents and minority groups. Not whereby you just say something about the government or just come up with your own opinion or idea, then you'll be arrested. No. We must be having a government which respects and accepts the views of other citizens. 3. Citizens who accept opposing views in a democratic society. So, citizens must not just be following or respecting the views of the government in power. No. They should also be respecting and accepting the views or the ideas from other citizens who are expressing different ideas. 4. The existence of a particular problem that may influence individuals to form a civil society organizations. So I said, if there is a problem, let's say like we had butane, people can come up with a civil society organization to influence that decision that is made by the legislature. Then, as we talked about the Committee for Clean Campaign, you see, the Committee for Clean Campaign was formed because of what? They wanted to keep Zambia clean. So, we are saying existence of a problem. So, that means if there was no that problem, the Committee for Clean Campaign would not have been formed. So, there must be a problem or a particular matter that will make people form a civil society organization. Now, citizen participation in governance is very important. We have forms of citizen participation such as political activities, civil society activities, and community activities. For example, political activities, casting out a vote in an election, standing for a political office in an election, attending a political party meeting. Those are political activities. You are participating as a citizen. Civil society activities, joining a civil society, organizing or attending seminars, reading posters and brochures, taking part in legal demonstrations, all those things are what is civil society activities. Community activities, attending a community meeting to discuss local affairs, attending a parent-teachers association meeting at school. Those are community activities. You can participate as a citizen. Now, we've got obstacles to female participation in governance. Obstacles, things that make female citizens not to participate at the same pace as male citizens in governance. What are those? Number 1, cultural aspects. Cultural aspects. The cultural setup of Zambia, that's our culture, encourages women to be subordinate and submissive to men. So, women believe that they cannot make good leaders because they are believed to be subordinate and submissive to men. 2, lack of support from family members. Your family is not supporting you. You are a woman, you are a female. What can you do? You cannot become a president. So, lack of support from family members. Male economic dominance. Election campaigns are usually dominated by male candidates, campaigning against females who are usually unable to raise enough money for their campaigns. The women are not able to raise money for their campaigns. But these male candidates, they've got enough money. They're giving citizens so as to influence them to cast out a vote. So, male economic dominance. The female are less privileged. 4, we have lack of solidarity among women. Some women, they lack that solidarity, that confidence to say, I can make it, I can be a leader, I can be a president. They lack that thing like that. They lack that solidarity. So women, please, come on. You should be having that confidence to say, whatever men can do, we can also do. If a man can become a president, I can also be a president. So lack of solidarity make women participate less in government. Political discrimination. We are saying those political party committees who are responsible for adopting candidates, the election candidates, are male dominated. Kolechema boy, or brother. Oh, manje, when you go there as a woman, will they call you boy? They tend to discriminate against what? Women. For example, the previous elections that we had, how many female candidates did we have in the same elections? How many male candidates? You see? So they tend to discriminate against women. Those are some of the obstacles to female participation in governance. That is the end. Make sure you research more.